Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
Hey, my name is Bon, and I'm the founder of Night Operators, and I've been in the e-com space for over 6 years. I learned how to scale brands by focusing on paid ads at the beginning, but then I slowly shifted towards organic marketing and generating viral content out of thin air. And all of this experience set the stage for my biggest venture, Night Operators, which generated over 1.5 million in revenue in less than a year. So I launched Night Operators after noticing a gap in the market for an affordable, high-quality night vision. Now, with my knowledge of organic marketing, particularly on TikTok, I was able to drive massive exposure without relying on paid ads. This allowed the brand to scale rapidly, especially during peak seasons like the holidays, where viral content drove significant sales. Now, Night Operators didn't just come out of thin air. I actually worked in the night vision industry back when I was, 16 to 18 years old. This was back in 2019, 2020. The first ever product I did was actually a night vision gun accessory, which was a scope that fit on a rifle. But this was on paid ads, and on Facebook, they ended up prohibiting the use and advertisement of weapon accessories. So I wasn't able to run it anymore. And I basically had to move out and get on with other products. And as I moved forward and went into organic marketing later in the last year, I decided to tap back into the night vision market, and which are head-worn monocular devices that are not associated with firearms whatsoever, at least not to be paired specifically, up to the user how they want to use it. And it no longer breach ad policy. So now not only did we go viral on organic, we were able to build something with paid ads along with that. And running Night Operators involved building a strong foundation from product development to managing operations and ensuring smooth scaling as the brand grew. And one of the key lessons I've learned is the power of organic content to fuel the growth at the beginning. And that adaptability is crucial in this fast-paced industry. And as I explore the next steps for my brand, I'm excited about its potential and I'm proud of how far it's come.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
So the decision to sell Night Operators comes down to timing and opportunity. Now, one thing to keep in mind is I have significant emotional connection with this brand just because I have grown up loving the tactical equipment stuff, and I'm literally in the niche that I'm selling to. That's why I'm super connected with this brand and also very capable of directing the brand in a way where I know exactly how people want to perceive the brand. I know the audience very well because, again, I am the audience. And the brand has achieved incredible success. And while there's definitely way more room for continued growth, I believe this is a perfect time to pass it to someone who can take it to the next level. We have plans to release new designs that I'm still working with the supplier. But by selling now, I'm able to capitalize on the brand's peak momentum and allow a new owner to benefit from the solid foundation I've built, including the viral marketing system, strong customer base, and product development pipeline, and even automated paid ad system that I've set up. And additionally, my focus has always been on building brands and taking them from zero to significant growth. And for me, the most exciting part of the process is the initial creation and scaling phase. So now that Night Operators is like basically a well-oiled machine, I'm ready to move on to new challenges and projects where I can apply what I've learned to build something fresh, because that's what I'm best at. And ultimately, this exit presents an exciting opportunity for someone else to step in and continue scaling the business with everything in place, while I can focus on new ventures that align with my personal goals and passion for creating.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Yeah, well, in terms of the goals and maintenance of the business, at the beginning when I built the business, it took a lot of time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because we built this business off of the foundation of TikTok organic, but now it's basically fully automated. I guess with every business, it starts with a lot of front load of work. And I had to constantly make content and videos every day for the brand and post them on social media in hopes to go viral. And after achieving the virality that we got, I was able to slowly ease off and start hiring creators. And I had friends that were just even helping me and taking weight off of me. And now I have a whole system set up where I basically don't do anything. We have email marketing, support agent. I have my own personal accountant dealing with the accounting of the store. I have back-end people that know the support systems. And I have video creators that make videos, film videos, edit videos, and even graphic designers that can test new photo ads whenever I need them to. And the only thing I really do is I manage the Facebook ads, and I might come up with ideas and send them over to my creators and tell them and direct certain videos. Beyond that, I essentially every quarter or so, we'll try to come up with a new product, or maybe every half annum, I would come up with a new product design and send it to my supplier and have them make it, because our goal is to keep pushing out all the time, kind of like how Apple makes new phones and continuously profits off of new releases. So that's one of the main ways we continue to stay profitable. And I would say that we are not even halfway through where we want to be. There's a lot more ideas that I haven't even achieved yet. But the only thing is, development and research takes time. So for me, I just prefer to keep things fast and move on and exit when I have the chance.
So, if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
This is a good question. So if I were to keep the business and I wanted to grow it, which was actually, it's still on the table for me. It's essentially, it would be to keep releasing the future goggles that I have planned. And that's one of the things that really excites me, is I want to see this brand grow to its full potential. Whether it's going to be me who does it or somebody else who takes it to the next level, I have the vision. It doesn't take much for me to explain to my supplier exactly what I need made. I just need someone to achieve it. And the main thing is, like I mentioned in the previous prompt, R&D takes time. And so there's like a pipeline of designs that I have yet to even conceive and turn into reality that is very achievable given what we've already achieved now. And so the hard part's already over. Now it's only a matter of time under R&D. Right now we have monoculars. I think by January, February, we're trying to come up with binoculars, which enhance the user's ability to see at a wider field of view and have depth perception, if anybody watching or listening knows about night vision. And then on a next level, we're going to have dual tube binocular thermal visions. And then after integrating that, there's going to be quadnoculars, which is 4 tubes, which is like wide panoramic viewing night vision, which has never, ever been done by any private small company. And anyone selling these, they go for $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000. And we're trying to achieve it for sub 500 to 1,000. And we've already done that. So it's like this market right now, the best part is we have no competitors. This is an empty market with just a full field of buyers and an empty field of wolves. There's nobody competing. So if I were to grow it, I would just keep doing what I'm doing right now. I'd keep running my ads, and I would take the time to work with my supplier, continue R&D, and literally just keep doing paid ads, because that seems to be the next strategy. Like, I have organic videos in the background that are made by myself and my creators, and these videos will essentially pull in revenue at a baseline level. But paid ads now is what's really scaling the brand. And with paid ads, it's way more controllable, I notice, and way more scalable. So we're taking this brand to the next level already this Q4 going in. And we expect to take it even further once those new releases come out, because the binocular dual tubes have been the most anticipated release of all customers. Ever since day one, people have been commenting, wanting those, but we've never really listened to our customers and released them knowing that it's something for the end game, and we're nowhere near that yet. So yeah, there's a lot more releasing to go before this brand hits that finale stage, and fans keep coming back and buying more. like I said earlier, it's like Apple releasing new iPhones every year.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
So far, I've been running this business for a while, and the biggest problems I've had was cash flow. And that's not even because of payment stoppages or refunds or any of that, because I've held down my logistics very well where we didn't have those problems. It was literally cash flow because I didn't have enough money to scale my paid ads. Like Facebook was performing so good, Google Ads was performing so good, I could just keep pushing it, but I didn't have enough cash flow. So I never seeked VC or anything, and I'm like one man army myself. So that was the biggest issue. And I've had people contact me regarding, hey, like, do you see a risk in any prohibitions of import exports of night vision? Prohibitions of night vision have been around forever, and a lot of buyers are going to misunderstand this, so I'm going to have to clarify it. Night vision falls under two categories, actually three kinds. There's thermal vision, which detects heat signatures through a thermal sensor, and this is an electronic thermal sensor. And then there is analog night vision, which is the kind the military uses, and it uses a light intensifier tube with phosphorus inside. And basically, it's a glass viewing tube that pulls in light with that technology, and it intensifies the light to the point where you can see in the dark. And the reason why it's military technology is because the military only use that kind, and it's very, very expensive. And that's the reason for the big price tag. But then there's digital night vision, which is what we sell. Essentially, night vision goggles that are cameras with the infrared filter removed, so it sees in the infrared spectrum with the gain and exposure sensitivity turned up. And then we would have an onboard infrared light, which, if you didn't know, infrared is invisible to the naked eye. It's like the TV remote lights. You can't see it, but there's a light coming on the TV remotes. And so it uses that kind of light, so the humans and animals can't see it. And the camera on the device can capture it. So it lights up the space. And only people either wearing night vision goggles too, or people using cameras with IR filters removed can see that light. And that's how our night vision works. And now our latest night vision incorporates both digital night vision and use of thermals, combining both, which has been a significant breakthrough. And both of these are not falling under any restrictions from my understanding, because analog night vision is what's classified as usually the military grade stuff. And you'll see America has this thing called ITAR, ITAR. It's basically a prohibition against import and exports of military related goods, and analog night vision falls under there. And a lot of countries also, like Germany, might have those kinds of restrictions. But the thing is, digital night vision thermals have not fallen under that because they're simply not military technology. They're in everyday civilian use. If you think about it, a CCTV camera uses digital night vision. When you see like black and white, and when at nighttime you see on the security camera, but normally you can't, it's because it uses the infrared switch and it turns off the IR filter and then turns on the infrared light. That's how CCTV cameras can see at night. That's the exact same way our goggles work. And it's that same technology packed into the size of a goggle with a display built in so that the user can wear it and see inside. And so we did that for thermal vision too, and thermal vision also isn't restricted. So overall, there's not really many risks at all. We have no competitors, no export-import restrictions, and the only problem I'm really facing is cash flow, because I started this business with only a couple $1,000s in my bank, and I built it into a nearly now a multi-million-dollar business. So it is my biggest problem.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
In terms of support, I'm willing to continue providing product research and development ideas. I can continue sketching designs for the suppliers and ideas and concepts, because nobody knows the stuff better than I do. Again, I am the audience in the niche that I am selling to with this brand. So I know what people want. And that's why, as the lead product design in the future, it would be ideal, because that way I can really make sure that the products coming out in the future are of standard, of quality, and align with the brand's goals and values. On top of that, video idea generation is something that I'm definitely going to have to help with initially. Whether you need a video creator, designer, all that, I have the contacts for everything, so I can pass them all over. I can continue providing ideas on the direction the brand should take. And overall, I'm willing to never really fully let go of this brand. I can provide my support at all times. I'll always be there to answer questions, because at the end of the day, I have significant attachment to this brand and I want to see it do well. So I'm willing to be there to provide my valuable insight to the person who wants to acquire this brand.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earnout agreement?
In terms of an earnout payment structure, this is definitely something to discuss over a call, and everything is subjective and I cannot give answer right now. It is all dependent on the offer and the situation and desire for certain circumstances. So yeah, we can talk about this over a call for sure.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I think this brand is worth acquiring and buying because I've established myself as the one and only monopoly in a very passionate niche with a product that has never been achieved before and something that everyone has been looking forward to. I've managed to cross the word affordability and night vision and thermal, which everyone has always wanted and has always been desired, but everyone has been concerned about the quality and stuff like that. And we've achieved it. And so given that we have no competitors, we have a great market of people that constantly want the new and most best improved equipment. And it all started from when I was back a couple years ago. I watched a YouTube video from a very powerful voice in the niche saying that one day there will be a company that comes up that are more affordable, improved, and he gave a bunch of specifications for what needs to be better and all this. And he says, but no one's doing it. So eventually it'll happen. And when I saw that, I knew that I was going to be the person that makes it. But now it's like, I'm here in this step. I've achieved it. And there is way, way more to go. And I feel like I'm not even a quarter there. So what I'm really looking forward to is finding a buyer who's not buying the brand simply for the cash flow of things. Yes, there's not much work needed to be done. If you wanted to take over this project and simply scale the brand passively, you absolutely could. But I'm really looking for someone who wants to be passionate about it and grow this brand under my direction or my help. I'm willing to provide my help and advice because I know exactly what needs to be done to grow this brand. I just don't have the financial ability to. Because under the right hands, this thing can really, really scale because there's, again, no competition, open sea of buyers. And the only thing holding all of this back is capital. As a young businessman, I realized that sometimes the smartest thing to do is try to get the lump sum payment and get more capital. So on my next business adventure, I don't have to run into this problem again. And yes, I can go to VC and all that. But at the end of the day, I feel like what I have in my life right now, the best decision is to exit. And I have many more opportunities waiting for me. But I would love to stay on and be on the sidelines or even partially in the game, guiding the buyer or acquirer and help this brand grow to what it needs to be because there's so much potential in terms of the future. There's so much more these could be. There's so many more things that we haven't achieved yet in R&D that need to happen. And given the progress that we've already made, it's not far.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.